Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eyed Mystic Tarot, back with another general reading. I hope you guys are doing well, blessed and highly favored. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Hope you all are doing so very well. I'm going to pull a few cards, get a message out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Any sign can be significant. Only take what resonates with you, all right? The entire reading may not resonate with you, and that's perfectly fine, all right? This could be past, present, or future energy. That of my collective, your past person's collective, people around them, you, places, times, and also events. Make sure you are doing your return to senders if you haven't done so already. All right? So if you stay ready, you got to get ready. All right? Make sure you're calling your energy back from people, places, platforms, okay? Until you return. A lot of times people forget to do that. You know what I'm saying? Also be mindful of your energy. I know a lot of you may, be feeling now like a lot more fatigue or feeling fatigued, like you're sleeping a lot more or you feeling like you're not getting enough rest or enough hydration, things like that. And it could just be, what's going on, with our atmosphere right now. You know what I'm saying? With our moons, with our suns. So be mindful of your energy. Make sure that you are connected with your ancestors of the light only. Okay? Make sure you're getting grounded, but also make sure you are connecting with your spirit team. All right? Meditate. You may need to meditate more for some of you, but overall, listen to what your body is telling you it needs, what's going on with it. All right? So if you feeling like you need to rest, you need to lay down, you need to do it. Okay? Do it. Because I feel like, your downloads and things like that will possibly, find you at a time where you may be, you know what I'm saying, feeling fatigued or tired. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're going in crowded places like Walmart, okay, or any other place. Because, I was experiencing that, or I have been for a while, and it's kind of, almost annoying. Um, that I get, I'm a lot more sensitive to being around big crowds of people. It's probably why I don't miss, out on going to concerts and things like that, because I know that's a lot of energy, to be around, and it could be overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a light worker. So, with that being said, we're going to pull a few cards, get a message out, collective, but overall, hopefully you guys are doing extremely well. All right? Show me what I need to see. What does my collective need to know? What is the message for my collective? Somebody could be going through a spiritual awakening. Man or woman. 13 can be significant. Somebody could be born the 13th of a month, be in the fourth house, or have life path 4. Could be significant. Could be in your second house and have life path 2. Next card, long dreads can be significant. Man or woman. My collective need to know. Somebody's going through a spiritual awakening. Leo can be significant. Somebody feels you got wifey qualities. Somebody could have a child that's 13, boy or girl. Next card. Playing like I don't care, knowing I do. Anything else in this message? Whoever this is that's playing like they don't care, knowing they do. Could be an air sign. Or a water sign. Somebody could be a water sign with water placement. Anything else on this message? Anything else? Anything else on this message? My collective needs to know. Love Like This by Donnell Jones can be significant. I don't own the copyrights to this, but definitely listen to this song in its entirety. Collective to get the message intended for you, man or woman. Love Like This by Donnell Jones. I know you've been hurt before, but you never had a love like this. Like this, like this, why don't you like me like this? I'm gonna be the frame, you can be the picture. Anything else? What is going on here? Anything else on this message? You and yours is so much better. Wow. All right. Somebody say you and yours is so much better. So somebody playing like they don't care, knowing they do. But like I said, they could possibly be going through a spiritual awakening. When it comes to, them possibly being under judgment, don't have to be. But they could be, being made aware, like taking accountability, but also like somebody, could be going toward their inner calling as well. Or like getting in alignment. Especially if they were, trying to settle. You got Capricorn, man or woman. You got Leo right here, you got Capricorn. So far. Give me one more on this message. Give me one more on this message, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. That's too many. Give me one more for this message for the collective Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Got lack of faith. Man or woman. And it came out in reverse, but somebody could have, like I said, been dealing with some issues that maybe, they were denying working on, especially if they, were busy playing like they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, they really played themselves, but you can't tell somebody, something that ain't working if it works with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you low vibrational, you know what I'm saying, or when you in your south node and playing like you know what I'm saying, like you aware, or playing like you, in alignment, it only confuses you even more. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like somebody denying how they feel, ain't going nowhere, it didn't go away. But I feel like, this spiritual awakening may have, awakened somebody's, emotions, too, especially if they were, suppressing emotions, like, trying to keep from letting, their emotions show to where it changes them. Because I feel like somebody's aura, their energy, like, changed a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? They may not have been around anybody with an aura like yours. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like they could have some dog eat dog ways, man or woman. But it's something about when they're around you or when they with you, like they not like that. You know what I'm saying? They may be behind the scenes. That's why somebody's past and how they once were, with other people, in relationships as a friend, anything of the sort, like it would surprise you how they actually, were at a time, especially if this is somebody that, never really broke something down to you about how they really were or used to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they know things about you doesn't, feel the same or they don't behave the same when they come to you for some reason. Whoever this is. But they could, man or woman could have long dreads. Clarify spiritual awakening. Ten of Wands, Sagittarius. The world. The bottom of the deck. So somebody could be, feeling like, weighed down, a lot of responsibility right now. Like they could be feeling like overwhelmed. Like I said, like they could be going through a dark night of the soul, but the spiritual awakening is like, possibly alerting them to, things that they may have, ignored or refusing, to like see as a challenge. Like maybe going toward that calling they know is more of a challenge, like to be faced with some of the things, the obstacles that they know they're gonna have to look forward to. It's like somebody's, burdened by that, or the fact that they know they have been this, caused this. You know what I'm saying? Their ways may have caused this, but with the world and at the bottom of the deck, like this could be a cycle that has closed out, but it's could be somebody that's at a distance as well, or somebody you're distant with, and yeah. Yeah. Like they may have been burdened or weighed down. They may have had a lot of things going on that may have caused them not to be able to come towards you at a time, and they may have to, you know what I'm saying? They may be late coming towards you, to express something that, they done found out about or something like that. Because now somebody's prioritizing. Capricorn energy with the Two of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, clarify spiritual awakening with the Ten of Wands. Clarify spiritual awakening with the Ten of Wands. What's this Ten of Wands about the spiritual awakening? Clarify this Ten of Wands. What's the Ten of Wands? Magician in reverse. With the Nine of Cups in reverse. Pisces energy. So like I said, somebody's not connecting with the universe, like they, using their gifts for dark, at a time where they, may have been impatient, you know what I'm saying? It's like now, somebody's having to face, letting the situation work itself out. Like how folks say, time heals things, time will tell. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it's like somebody, yeah. And with this Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck of reverse, this is somebody that feels like they failed, like this is an underachievement for them. Like they may have felt like, whatever their actions were, at a time or whatever they've been used to using their gifts, to do, you know what I'm saying, when it came to using them, being reckless, you know what I'm saying, abusing their power and things like that, manipulating, abusing their gifts. Like somebody was not, connecting with the universe, like they were ignoring their spiritual influence, like, you know what I'm saying, awakening. Like somebody was avoiding that change, like those signs and things like that, like their ancestors, they were ignoring them. They were ignoring them, and that's why a lot of the things that they dealing with now is like long overdue. But it's a lot of responsibility. They could be overwhelmed with how far behind they are, right now on their journey to have to deal with people, cycles. You know what I'm saying? Behaviors, even their own at this time. Other people's, reaction, like things they may have avoided, altogether just by going along with the shit, trying to go along to get along. You got the Magician in reverse. Like somebody was not listening, to their spirit team, but they damn sure went in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was off balance. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they were trying to make some progress in, it was, something that they didn't see coming, especially, when it came to something happening in the physical sense. Like whatever may have been working on the surface, like, you know what I'm saying, from day to day may have seemed like it was working, but that was an illusion too. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they were manifesting in a, from a hurt place, a desperate place, in despair and shit like that, like this shit only lasts for a millisecond. You know what I'm saying? And even then, it's like, you can't really enjoy, what I'm saying, whatever success you think you making, because when the reality set in, you really ain't did shit. Like you really ain't getting nothing out of that. Like they overly indulged in things. Like they put so much effort, into being, a success in what they were doing, that they neglected other things about themselves. Especially if they were juggling, options, being an opportunist and shit like that, like going toward, people with certain careers, or having a certain mindset, when they went toward people, of a certain caliber and shit like that. So, I mean, yeah, like they ain't gonna get nowhere, trying to control things, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they were trying to, use their gifts to do, to get something, like a win out of it, ain't gonna work like that. Like they can't manipulate they, abuse their gifts, on others to try to get something to turn out in their favor. You know how, like they say, stepping on other people to get to the top. You gonna see them again when you know what I'm saying, on your way back down. So be mindful how you treat people, you know what I'm saying, on your way up. And that's the thing. Like you got the Ace of Swords, bottom of the deck, with the Page of Swords. Fool in reverse, you know what I'm saying? Strength in reverse. Like somebody was naive to think that, whatever they thought was working for them, or however, they can put their calling off, they spiritual influence, like they spiritual growth, like putting it off was going to, be something they can come back to whenever they get, no. I feel like things start getting worse for this person because it's time. And this is that time. This is that time. What's the Ten of Wands with the Magician in reverse? What's the Ten of Wands with the Magician in reverse? Clarify. Ten of Wands with the Magician in reverse. Clarify the Ten of Wands with the Magician in reverse. Clarify the Ten of Wands with the Magician in reverse. Yeah, that's too many. Clarify the Magician in reverse with the Ten of Wands. What's the Magician in reverse with the Ten of Wands? Spiritual awakening. You got the Two of Cups in reverse. With this Two of Cups in reverse, I'm getting somebody, Cancer energy. But I'm getting like somebody, not cooperating, when it comes to them having to like something being put off. Because it's giving like playing like I don't care knowing I do. Yeah. What's the Two of Cups in reverse? What's the Two of Cups in reverse? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo energy with the Queen of Cups in reverse. The bottom of the deck. Like somebody could have refused somebody's offer or they didn't give it to them. Because when it comes to somebody like not having somebody around, or the fact that someone is not like cooperating with them, like there could be like some trust issues or something like that, or it's the fact that somebody feels as though without another person, or the difference in another person is like going to not being around. It's like them not having that independence, like especially if somebody was trying to come off as somebody that had their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like Nine of Pentacles in reverse, like even in the upright, this is somebody self-efficient, very resourceful. You know what I'm saying? Like you may end up in a bad situation, but you know how to navigate. You know where you need to go to get help. You're not afraid to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? But it's also giving somebody that would like try to come off like that, but they don't actually have that support. It's really them having to, at one time, having all this good shit around them 9 of Cups. But then when the 9 of Cups is, ended up in reverse, it's like whatever success or whatever good fortune, was coming somebody's way, it's like it slowed down, having to wait longer now for something, to actually come through, or having to wait longer now, to actually be able to get that money to make them plans. Like you can make the plans, but now you got to get the money, and ain't no telling when that's gonna be for you to put that, have that, to be able to do whatever you planning to do. So it's like now somebody's lifestyle or the way that they been looking, however somebody been trying to come off as like I'm like somebody's not, if they want to come off abundant, they really not. Like somebody's really not. Okay, even if it is like somebody like trying to come off like they okay, they really not. They really like not. It's like somebody, feels like they may have to depend on somebody else. Like somebody may have some dependency issues. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could be emotionally dependent, um, codependent, like, or somebody's financially codependent, or energetically, codependent. Like somebody is very, I ain't gonna even say needed, but they not somebody that is able to like have something the way they used to. Especially with somebody walking away. It's given like some, like, let's just say you was very abundant, 9 of Pentacles in the upright, and this person may have had a pretty stable financial situation at to a fault, until you walked away, called for your energy back. You know what I'm saying? And that means this person's favor that you had over them, when it came to you being, connected to them, praying for them, being involved, man or woman. When you call for your energy back, it's like this person ended up getting back to the things that how something once was before you came along. So even if they were dealing with outside people and had other, endless choices or whatever, or had other distractions, other third parties, you know what I'm saying? They seeing now like something ain't as giving as they thought it would be, or just because you had more people blowing you up, don't mean that they were as giving, as generous, and their energy was as, and their aura was as prosperous as somebody else's. Like they may have been getting something, out of the situation, but it wasn't very much, especially when you showed up, man or woman. Like when you showed up, it's like something picked up for this person. You know what I'm saying? And it's because, of your genuineness, to this person. And they may have had a strong attraction to you as well, but that's not giving them control over the situation or how things turn out between you and them. Okay? They, felt like they, how people say, don't try to keep me around waiting, until you decide you want to do right. Just leave me alone and go work on yourself. Don't try to waste my time, because you don't want somebody else to be with me. Or you don't want, me to end up, getting what I know I deserve with somebody else, man or woman. But it's also given like they may have, gotten involved with somebody that was not very giving. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they felt like, it was more about money. You know what I'm saying? Than anything else. So the minute you called for your energy back and stepped away, walked away, moved on to calmer waters, like things started to slow down for them. They start having, delays. You know what I'm saying? Things that normally would come to them easily, like started slowing down. Like people telling them, like, listen, I wish I could do it, man. I got stuff going on too. I want to go here, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying. No, I kind of got some stuff going on. So, and it's like they can't even really call on them people they used to splurge and show off to, because them people they made was dealing with, now they got issues too. Like they got stuff that done came up, so the people that normally would listen to them, you know what I'm saying, hear their issues out, or delight in what they had going on with somebody else. People got all other things going on in their life, so it's like they having to depend on somebody else, like financially, or this is you. Like giving to somebody, they could have, what I'm saying, kept you overwhelmed, what I'm saying, keeping you weighed down, you know what I'm saying, and like looking at how something is going to get to the next phase, especially if it's that inability to commit, or somebody not wanting to cooperate, what I'm saying, with a person. But somebody could have already been involved with somebody that they were not really, what I'm saying, with, because they loved them or anything like that. They may have been with them because they were able to pull from them, or get things from them, you know what I'm saying. But them getting things from this person, you know what I'm saying, your person, man or woman. But it's like them walking away, two of cups in reverse. It's like somebody is not gonna have that same stability. They're not gonna have it no more. And they could be sour about this shit too. You got the king of cups. You got the queen of cups at the bottom of the deck with the king of cups, both in reverse. Seven of cups in reverse. Yeah, seven of pentacles in reverse. So like now somebody dealing with financial difficulties now, like when it comes to them trying to, you know, manage their money. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody made an unwise, like, purchase. You know what I'm saying? Like living above their means. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live like the Joneses. Clarify lack of faith being in reverse. Why is lack of faith out here in reverse? Why is lack of faith in reverse? Knight of Swords in reverse with the Justice in reverse. So somebody, feeling like they, what I'm saying, gonna have to build their confidence, you know what I'm saying, to move forward and say, you know what I'm saying, make some changes, but also, like forge a new identity for themselves. Because I feel like in the past, like somebody didn't have the confidence to say, hey, like, listen, I ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? We had this, we had that, but we ain't got shit like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody felt like some type of lifestyle they wanted to have. Like they may have felt like, they couldn't provide it for somebody else. So they, needed to have a certain lifestyle in order to feel like they successful. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like the longer this person, took the, come in and say, speak their piece, or speak up about their situation, like the more things, became like a 10 of wands for them, like way down, more, the more they felt overwhelmed. Especially if they dealing with somebody that they feel like, they trying to avoid confrontation. Like I'm trying to avoid, this person, you know, um, like spazzing out on me or whatever. Because I honestly feel like somebody feel like, if they come towards another person, like they know they can't go towards, you aggressively or anything like that. But it's like somebody, may look at how something was in the past and using that as an excuse not to, hear them out or something like that. And this person may have had lack of faith in the past, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody may not have had that confidence, that ambition, to like stand, up for what they believe in, follow their heart, you know what I'm saying? Go with what they gut feeling is, you know what I'm saying? Like following, their intuition. But like I said, you got the Justice in reverse with the Emperor in reverse. I'm telling you, person was, thinking majority of the things that they, were used to being like and doing what they were mostly into. Like they had people that was in alignment with them that accepted them being like that. You'll be surprised how many, folks think if you ain't beating their ass and you ain't slapping them around and ain't talking shit and, checking them and all this, like, you don't love them. Yeah, so I remember one time a guy said that he was like, I would have, been with this person, that person when we was in high school, but too many people, seem like they rather you, put your hands on them. And at that time, that person was known for doing it. But then, after talking to him, like listening to him talk, they was saying it like they didn't even want that. Like they didn't even want to be like that. Like they just didn't like or didn't understand like why, when they were dealing with, dealing with some of the people they were dealing with, why they would rather this person put their hands on it. Like I don't understand. It's like they feel like you don't care unless you're doing something, painful to them. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I don't even know why, they like that. I don't even know where that come from. So, how, people, you just let folks talk and they speak their truth without you even having to ask, or, without me even having to ask. What's the Knight of Swords in the verse? But you'd be surprised how many people thinking if you ain't, roundhouse kicking ass and laying their ass down, you know what I'm saying? Talking crazy to them, you don't love them. They busy trying to, create situations for you to check them about something so they can feel like you care. You know what I'm saying? And too many people lose their lives. Too many, men and women, young and older, you know what I'm saying, end up losing their life behind trying to confront somebody about something just because this person wants some recognition. Or they feel like you ain't defending them. You ain't, repping for them. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? Lack of faith. Clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse. You got the Five of Cups and you got the Seven of Wands in reverse. Leo energy with Scorpio out here with the Five of Cups. So whatever this is, it's like they feel like, whatever ended, however something ended between you and them, they may feel like, there's, how you say it, like they may not feel like there's something they can do, to make something better. Like they don't know if they should try harder or just let something go, like leave it, let it be. Like if somebody was trying to go towards some type of lifestyle, for themselves, um, based on like maybe how something, was in the past with other people or somebody else. You know how somebody say, man, I was with this last person, man, I had a lot of nice stuff and they, they did me wrong. They tore up a lot of my stuff, I had to start over. And it's like somebody saying, damn, I ain't living with this person, but now I'm going through something with somebody else I care about. And man, I don't think I have it in me to go, and fight for this person now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they still hadn't gotten over, people in their past that they, had a nice lifestyle, with, but they may have, taken it for granted, like, didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And they may have tried to keep them that way, but finding out like that's the only reason why they was there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Five of Cups, like somebody feeling like, damn, keep me crying over spilled milk, but they may have felt like, like I shouldn't have had that person hold it on like that, like, or shouldn't have, had that person waiting, you know what I'm saying, and not knowing if they want to wait or back off, you know what I'm saying, just go on. But it's like that lack of faith somebody had, to come forward. You know what I'm saying? You got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Like somebody didn't feel like, they had it in them. Especially if they, lacked that ambition, that faith to like go after something. And you were a person. What's the Five of Cups with the Seven of Wands in reverse? Clarify the Five of Cups with the Seven of Wands. The Hierophant. Like they may have had, too many people, in their business too. Like they may have had too many people, you know what I'm saying, clocking them, and their actions and stuff like that, who they were involved with, and like what's going on with them. And it could have been, some family, could have been some friends, could have been, some outside influences that kind of went there with this person, and engaged them in like some type of advice or gave them some type of could have been some outdated advice as well about, somebody's boundaries. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Wands. So this is like somebody, afraid of the unknown, like afraid of taking that leap of faith. Lack of faith. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah. It's your Emperor. Got the Page of Swords. Could be a father figure or someone that, is held, at very high regard. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be somebody, that they may have been listening to, getting advice from. But they taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, but I feel like, that's coming with karma though. Like them being fair, this fairness, this balance being restored. Like this is karma for somebody. Like they could be going through karma now. For not listening to their own intuition, like not following, like I said, their own gut feeling about what they wanted to do and going after it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to blame other people. What's the Hierophant? Can't blame other people for getting in your business if you know what I'm saying, you left the gate open. I'm saying, what's the Hierophant? Clarify the Hierophant. Yeah, Six of Cups. Scorpio again with the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck now. So somebody, having some, I would say painful memories, but they, having some nostalgia. And this could be, them possibly like listening to people from their past, like people they have, childhood history with and stuff. Or somebody they got kids with or something like that. But they, want to apologize, for, how they handle things, you know what I'm saying? Like, not being more upfront or, like, not thinking for themselves, you know what I'm saying? And following and listening to their own, good feeling, you know what I'm saying? What they really wanted deep down. Like, they could want to, come in and apologize. It could be, them, knowing, they owe you some sort of apology. And they could have went back to somebody in their past, you know what I'm saying, because of the things they may have had going on in their past. Like they could have had some skeletons, some secrets, some things that they wasn't proud of, not liking, that they were seeing in themselves. But like I said, those things about them may have gotten in the way of them, feeling like they could be, how, what I'm saying, that they would need to be totally different with you. Like they may not have known exactly what that would look like, you know what I'm saying, or where to start with that, because this person done been in their ways and had a certain way of doing things for so long that may have worked for them for a while until they don't. And whatever they were trying to do, you know what I'm saying, to get, to control things between you and them, it wasn't for them to do that. Like this was an opportunity for them to do something different, you know what I'm saying, handle things different, make better choices, and they got caught up, you know what I'm saying, in being who they used to be with everybody else, with somebody new. And it just really, you know what I'm saying, like caused a drift between you and this person. And this is possibly your counterpart. Clarify wifey qualities. What did I say? Unconditional love, child. Clarify the lovers. Wife equalities. Could be any air sign though. Lovers is in Gemini. What's the lovers? wifey qualities clarifying. Clarify wifey qualities with the lovers. Wifey qualities. Yeah. Knight of Cups. Got the Four of Wands in reverse. The bottom of the deck. Somebody could be wanting to come in with some type of message of, love to be somebody, that for some of you, you may not know exactly how somebody feels about you for real, especially if this is not somebody that you have dated before. For some of you, because for somebody in particular, I'm getting like somebody that you look at like a friend. Or it's like yeah, especially if somebody, has a close friend or something like that they talk to, or something like that mention this when it comes with this message of love. You know what I'm saying? With this Knight of Cups. Like true love. Because this Knight of Cups also talks about, somebody that may be somebody that's close to you that you didn't think, how you say it, like somebody that may be close to this person that, they like been long time childhood friends or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or it may be somebody really close to you that somebody, reach out to, like a child of yours or something like that. Like them telling, that person or trying to relay a message to you by way of somebody that's close to you. So they, for somebody in particular, they may try to reach out to like one of your children or something like that, like get a message, to you, like, it's like telling them, expressing to them how they feel about, this person, their mom or something like that, or their dad, something like that. Or this is somebody close to them that they may be sending in. It's like a younger sibling or something like that. Don't have to be, but it could be, somebody that's, that they hold close to their heart that may be, wanting to give, that message to you or something like that. So it could be a proposal or something like that, but you got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse with the Hangman in reverse, King of Swords. Nine of Swords, yeah, so somebody, yeah, somebody is definitely going to be in their head a lot, but I feel like, they may be losing a lot of sleep. It's not, it's rough for this person right now, mainly because, like I said, they got themselves, to a crossroads, mainly because they were thinking about something on a materialistic plane. Like somebody could have been at a crossroads, like at a standstill, when it comes to them, how they neglected, like, their spiritual growth. Like somebody was like trying to build their damn pinnacles, but not working on their character. Like somebody was neglecting other things, about them, you know what I'm saying, to balance things out. But you got Gemini out here with the air, and you got water out here with Pisces with the Knight of Cups. Aries, Leo, Sage with the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. But yeah, like somebody could have, be making do with where they at right now. Like they could be ending a connection or like just going with the flow where they are. You know what I'm saying, with this Four of Wands. But it's like somebody could be okay where they at, but it could be better. You know what I'm saying? Playing like I don't care playing like I don't care, knowing I do. Clarify. Who is this playing like they don't care? Knowing they do. Who is this? Four of Swords. Libra energy with the moon at the bottom of the deck. Like you could be over there protecting your peace or just, you know what I'm saying, healing, reevaluating, you know what I'm saying, recuperating right now. Got the moon at the bottom of the deck with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Wands and the Sun. Queen of Wands. Hmm. What's the Four of Swords? Playing like I don't care, knowing I do. What's the Four of Swords? Playing like I don't care, knowing I do. What's the Four of Swords? Clarify. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Really? Somebody playing like they don't give a damn, child. And they laying there thinking about that Ace of Cups. Man, you over there healing, you over here, or they laying down trying to get some rest, or you trying to lay down and get some rest, healing, and this person, somebody could talk in their sleep. Yeah, but this Ace of Cups is, like somebody having like a new, um, like having a new one-on-one relationship. You know what I'm saying? Especially if whatever you and this person had going on never got to that phase of it being called a relationship. Um, but this is like some unfelt emotions. Like somebody could have been, you know, new to having, especially if they, were trying to, like I said, have some type of, emotional, like trying to be emotionally unavailable because of things in their past or other failed connections. Because like now somebody's seeing the connection between you and them in a new way, so they can play like they don't care, but it's being, what I'm saying, it's something that they possibly dreaming about, thinking about, and in their head about a lot. Like they may not, come off of like trying to make it look like they don't care. That somebody's, maybe got a new love interest or a new love opportunity or something like that. Got the Temperance at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Pentacles, Page of Swords in reverse. Like somebody's, working on finding better solutions to a problem, especially if they were um, Four of Pentacles, like fixing their ways, having this fixed attitude, beliefs, and using, whatever they felt like, you felt about them as a way to control something, or like using, like I said, they, how much they of you, how much of them they gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, held back, like somebody held back, how they really felt about you. Like this is like a lot of suppressed emotions. Like I said. And it could have been, by them, penny pinching and stuff like that. Like they could have, got some bad news about some money matters or something like that. That, may not have sat well with them either. What's the Four of Swords with the Ace of Cups? Clarify. What's the Four of Swords with the Ace of Cups? Yeah. Nine of Wands in reverse. Sagittarius. Yeah. Like somebody feeling like, they might as well just cut their losses or something like that. But at the same time, this is like, having hope. You know what I'm saying? That opportunity will come around. You got the Ace of Cups out here. You know what I'm saying? But the Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck right now in reverse. So whatever it is if prosperity and growth, you know what I'm saying, is gonna come. It's gonna come in slow, but it's what I'm saying, they're gonna have to be, persistent. You know what I'm saying, when they do come towards you in order for things, because somebody, finances took a hit, you know what I'm saying, when they came to you because they were more focused on their finances, the things that you led control, the narrative in your connection, it'd be the thing that sinks your damn ship. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be balanced. You can't be neglectful on other fronts and just be on your bag. Like, no, because the Most High God giveth and He will take away. Shit. And you think, the collective won't either. Shit, if God will do it, I know I will. And if God won't do it, it just won't get done. Shit. At this point, it's like, somebody now, feeling like, they time will come again, but that's something they want. With this Ace of Cups out here. I mean, this Nine of Wands out here in reverse. Because at this point, they could have had the courage, you know what I'm saying, to stand up for themselves, you know what I'm saying, and face whatever it is that they know they're going to have to deal with coming towards you. But that was something that this person may have felt like, they didn't want to have to do. Because that just means that you were right about what you were saying, or you were right about how you handled it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to learn what lessons they need, when it comes to from the failure. You know what I'm saying? Nine of Cups in reverse. They're going to have to learn from their mistakes. Trial and error. Clarify the Nine of Wands with the Four of Swords. What's the Nine of Wands in reverse with the Four of Swords? You got the Strength. Page of Swords in reverse. The Fool, the Strength, and the Page of Swords in reverse. It's like you took this leap of faith. Okay, you got the Page of Swords and the Strength, right? And the Page of Swords that came out. But this this Fool and this Strength, like somebody took this leap of faith, you know what I'm saying? Started a new journey, went on a new path, you know what I'm saying? But this person may have felt like, they didn't think you had the courage or the capacity to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody underestimated your wisdom, your strength. You know what I'm saying? Your confidence at that time, to walk away from them. But at this time, it's like Page of Swords in reverse. They could have been, you know what I'm saying, talking shit, you know what I'm saying, feeling some type of way because you took the action you took, but at the same time, this is somebody that lack faith they damn self. You know what I'm saying? So what they found strong about you came off as like almost like intimidation, or somebody that they felt like they needed to compete with. Like, I'm gonna show them. Show them what? What the fuck? Represent? Like, this is, somebody now like talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Because even if this person, knows they really want something with you and just acting like they don't care when they really do. I don't care if that person, yes, the hell you do. Even this past person, your past person may be acting like they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That this person, is taking a leap of faith, you know what I'm saying? Building up they intuition, you know what I'm saying? They confidence, finding strength, you know what I'm saying? To like tread, you know what I'm saying, through whatever bullshit they done, cause for themselves, to come out on the winning end. But it's like somebody talking shit, you know what I'm saying, because they insecurities, you know what I'm saying, is getting the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like somebody has some insecurities, that they may have failed to like show, or they were too embarrassed, to look like they, you know what I'm saying, to come off like it's them. So it's like somebody could have been projecting too. Child, bad temper, you know what I'm saying? Doing something out of spite. Yeah, Page of Swords in reverse. But you got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, Virgo energy. What's the Page of Swords in reverse? I got a Page of Swords in reverse. Why is the Page of Swords in reverse? This is somebody that has some insecurities of their own. But it's like you may have been able to do something they couldn't do in past relationships, you know what I'm saying, in previous connections they was in. Even with friends, maybe even family. What's the Page of Swords in reverse? That's how the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles. I'm getting somebody that's very immature, childish even. Like somebody could be younger than another person. Like your past person, you know, could be very immature, childish, envious a little, maybe a lot, but they definitely immature. Like somebody made a lot of, you know, immature, you know, decisions. You know what I'm saying? You know, possibly, you know, like I said, they had a lot of suppressed emotions. Like somebody, you know, as they became aware of like how they, you know, started to feel once you were gone, and that shit just got worse. It got deeper. It got more clear to them. You know, it got easy. It got harder to hide. You know what I'm saying? To the point where this person, you know, I mean, you got MIA on somebody, so it's like they went to, you know what I'm saying, just making up shit, you know, as to why you may have moved on. You know what I'm saying? What you know, took another path because of or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Queen of Pentacles, like you're a healer. You know what I'm saying? You healed, you know, during the situation, Four Swords. But at this time, it's like, you know, with this Page of Cups in reverse, this is like somebody that, you know, be like somebody know they can't even love bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, could, you know, come off as somebody that like got the gift of gab or something like that. Like they got that. Um, they know that shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't just come in and say anything. You know what I'm saying? To yeah, Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Like it had vulnerability issues. Like somebody was afraid of being vulnerable. Like somebody didn't want to tell you how they really felt. You know what I'm saying? And possibly thought, you know, because you can heal yourself, or you know, you may have told this person like, listen, it's nothing, you know, to get on. You know what I'm saying? Move on, like leave you alone and move on. You know what I'm saying? With my life, or you know, and do whatever. Like I'm good with that. Somebody ain't used to people they deal with being like that. They used to people lingering and hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Like COVID or some shit. Lingering, literally. Shit. Got the Six of Swords, the World in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Clarify you and yours is so much better. Clarify. What's this? You and yours is so much better. You and yours is so much better. Clarify you and yours is so much better. Clarify you and yours is so much better. Something's out. Clarify you and yours is so much better. You got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse with the Sun. You got the Five of Swords that came out. The Eight of Cups in reverse. Aquarius, Pisces. Yeah, this is an indirect communication that somebody, is having. And I feel like somebody telling somebody this, or they done talked about this with somebody. Because this is like somebody having to adjust, to how something is, as opposed to Aquarius. Like somebody having to adjust, you know what I'm saying? And this could be, your communication, um, like how your communication, is compared to somebody else's may be better. But Eight of Cups in reverse, like it's like somebody, wanting to face, the music, like somebody having, to feel like, if they do decide, to just walk away, let something go, it's the fact that they're gonna regret, possibly regret not, they're gonna regret running from their problem, like running from their situation. You know what I'm saying? All because they don't want to be faced with the challenges of having to admit they fault, in a situation. But what's the Five of Swords? Clarify the Five of Swords with the Eight of Cups in reverse. What's the Five of Swords with the Eight of Cups in reverse? Yeah, Three of Swords. With the Judgment at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah, see, somebody like dealing with a lot of guilt now. For real. Like they know, or they, were dealing with a lot of guilt. Like somebody, is feeling like they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, how could I? Yeah. Three of Swords. Libra energy. Like somebody feel like, this is a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like they, especially when it come to them, having to accept like this romantic, the end of like, a romantic relationship you and this person had. Like they're not dealing well, with that. Like somebody, is taking a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like they not dealing with this separation well, this breakup, whatever it is. Like they're not dealing with that well at all. Yeah, with the Emperor, got the Judgment at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah, this is somebody, like I said, call for them to have to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have to, stand their ground with shit. Because at this point, it's like it's about being fair in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is on the right. Like you can't just, do shit the way you want to do shit and then want that person to keep, just opening themselves up to you. You know what I'm saying, collective? So, what's the Three of Swords with the Five of Swords? Clarify the Three of Swords with the Five of Swords. Yeah. Five of Wands, like they got these conflicting, you know what I'm saying, conflict going on, arguments, you know what I'm saying, where somebody's telling somebody, you know what I'm saying, what it is. Like, you and yours is so much better, you know what I'm saying, but it's like somebody not liking, you know, yeah, somebody not liking, like, whatever it is this person like about you, you know, when it comes to your communication, when it comes to, you know, your boundaries, what it is you stand on, and like keeping your word on shit. Like, this is what I want, this is what it is, you know what I'm saying, and this is what I want. Like, you telling somebody like how you want something, you know, how you want things to be, you know, for you and your person, even if it ain't them. Like, you done laid down, you know, certain things to this person about what you want, how you feel. You just got better communication with this person. But right now, like, there could be a lot of conflict, like arguing, you know, when it comes to somebody's lack of recognition. Like, they not recognizing somebody the way they do you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be them, you know, feeling the need to recognize something at a time before you walked away anyway, being truthful about it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Leo energy, Five of Wands. All right. First card, the card I'm looking at, this on the top of my makeshift deck, this, turn it over to see what it says. Won't rush you. You have my heart, divine feminine, divine masculine. The next card, this just at the top of the deck, collective. Relocate with me, away from all this. Yeah. You are so beautiful. I don't know, this person used to tell you this a lot. But I'm going to end it here, collective. You guys, make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe for me on your way out. Mwah. Until next time, I love you. Bye.